An introduction to ethnos leadership. Ethnos can simply mean nations or people, those that share a common identity. The term ethnos can further describe those that have distinct characteristics that sets them apart from other groups. Therefore, when we say ethnos leadership, we're simply saying people leadership, with the aim of balancing our positions with the people that we lead. General Colin Powell once stated, "Leadership is about solving problems. The day soldiers stop bringing you their problems is the day you stop leading them. They have either lost confidence that you can help them, or concluded that you do not care. Either case is a failure of leadership." The ethnos equation is a measured response to General Powell's suggested job description for leaders, which is solving problems. We believe that the practice of the ethnos equation has the potential to mitigate problems that leaders are confronted with daily. History reminds us that on April 2, 2014, Specialist Ivan Lopez at Fort Hood, now Fort Cavazos, killed 3 people and wounded 14 others before taking his own life. A Washington Post article dated April 3, 2014, stated that Lopez had behavioral and mental health issues. The January 6, 2021 insurrection on the United States Capitol left 5 people dead and 140 injured. 4 police officers committed suicide within 7 months after the insurrection. According to a Military Times article dated July 3, 2023, the number of suicides across the active duty military increased from 75 in the first quarter of 2022 to 94 in the first quarter of 2023, according to the Defense Suicide Prevention Office. As we navigate the complexities of life and leadership, we often encounter moments and examples like the preceding of the mystery and tragedy of human behavior, conduct, and actions. We do not always understand why people do what they do. In the technologically advanced society and world that we live in, we have yet to develop the technology to know what a person is thinking at the moment of a mysterious or tragic incident of human behavior, conduct, or actions. The mystery beyond our technology lies in a person or soldier's mind where their thoughts are not accessible. We simply do not know what a person is thinking at any given moment. The mystery is sometimes embedded in the intricate web of thoughts, emotions, and life experiences a person has encountered or endured. We further believe that the ethnos equation, when practiced, can help leaders to gain access to some of the thoughts that are hidden in a soldier's mind, inaccessible to their leaders. How is this possible? We submit this potentially occurs by the practice of purposeful relationships and authentic accountability that becomes a leader's professional responsibility. We further submit that the practice of the ethnos equation has the potential to assist any leader, in any organization or environment, to mitigate the mystery and tragedy of human behavior, conduct, and actions. A proposed strategy in the battle of mitigating the mystery and tragedy of human behavior, conduct, and actions is a combined arms fight, by a partnership of the ethnos equation and the Big Four of the Big Red One. A mindset of a combined arms fight, with the ethnos equation and the Big Four of the Big Red One, when these principles are practiced, have the potential to help any and every leader, at every level, to mitigate the mystery and tragedy of human behavior, conduct, and actions. There are 3 components, and 3 modules of the ethnos equation. Character, capabilities, and competencies are the 3 modules of the ethnos equation, and each module has 4 sessions for a total of 12. In addition, to facilitate learning the ethnos equation, there are 3 books: The Leader's Character, The Leader's Capabilities, and The Leader's Competencies. The full ethnos leadership process also includes videos and podcasts to assist the methodology for learning and practicing the ethnos equation. The first component of the ethnos equation is purposeful relationships, with its sub-elements of being valued, trusted, and respected. If a soldier or follower knows that they are valued by their leaders, the value will produce trust and respect as a result. It was Maya Angelou that stated, "People may not ever remember what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel." Making the effort to understand how a person feels about what is important to them further validates and creates trust and credibility with their leaders and the organization. The second component of the ethnos equation is authentic accountability and its sub-elements of being reliable, dependable, and affirmational. When we say reliable, we are addressing the need of being consistent and credible in one's character that further produces trust. When we say being dependable with those that we lead, this is the place that soldiers know they can depend on their leaders, to help them learn from mistakes and failures, but also to not be ashamed to admit them. The third sub-element of authentic accountability is being affirmational as a leader. In its original Latin root, the word affirmation simply means to make steady and to strengthen. Affirmations from leaders further strengthen a soldier's self-image and confidence. When leaders affirm their soldiers' skills, dedication, and potential, it empowers them to overcome self-doubt and perform at their best. Authentic accountability for a leader is not a burden, it is a privilege. When we hold ourselves and others accountable, we honor our commitments and demonstrate the Army culture of the Army ethic, Army values, and the warrior ethos. It is also important to note that authentic accountability must go beyond checking the box and deadlines. It means owning our mistakes, learning from them, and encouraging others to do the same. This is authentic accountability. The third and final component of the Ethnos equation is a leader's professional responsibility. The sub-elements of this final component means that leaders are encouraged to develop those that we lead, socially, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. The first sub-element of a leader's professional responsibility is to become a socially practiced and astute leader capable of understanding and addressing the fact that we live and work in a very diverse world. It's critical that leaders develop the competency to be able to relate and collaborate effectively with people that are different than they are, for mission accomplishment. When we speak of the second sub-element of emotional intelligence, there once was a time when it was all about how intelligent a person or leader has proven to be. However, since Daniel Goleman's landmark book Emotional Intelligence in the mid-90s, our society has understood the importance of understanding our emotional selves that assists us in helping to understand others' emotions, as well as the value of being an intelligent leader. Goleman's perspective of emotional intelligence refers to the ability to recognize and understand one's own emotions, evaluate and manage those emotions effectively, and extend this understanding to others' emotions as well. All of which is a crucial role in personal fulfillment, leadership, and building positive working relationships. When we speak of the spiritual sub-element of our professional responsibility as leaders, for many this will include the faith factor. This will include for many, one's personal religious beliefs, that are critical to well-being and health rooted in one's faith tradition. A portion of General George C. Marshall's leadership philosophy includes the following declaration: the soldier's heart, the soldier's spirit, the soldier's soul, are everything. Unless the soldier's soul sustains him, he cannot be relied on and will fail himself, and his commander, and his country in the end. Spiritual development in the Ethnos equation includes General Marshall's mindset, but also includes developing the human spirit, or the ability to overcome hardships and adversities, developing the leadership attribute of resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks. Cultivated and perpetuated by the practice of authentic accountability, with a trusted friend, mentor, or advisor. The depth of this type of accountability is due to the establishment of purposeful relationships that have proven to be valued, trusted, and respected. The final sub-element of an Ethnos leader's professional responsibility is physical. We understand the importance of eating well, getting the proper rest and exercise. Yet this physical sub-element of a leader's professional responsibility includes the necessity of learning how to recharge our life and leadership batteries. Leaders work hard and must learn how to play hard, or simply learn and establish a balance between our work responsibilities and the responsibilities that we have to take care of ourselves and our families. Further, when we speak of the physical sub-element, we are speaking of physically embracing our families. As leaders, it's crucial to mentally and physically embrace our families and ensure they remain an integral part of our lives. A means or method to accomplish mentally and physically embracing our families is a conscious effort to shift from family involvement to family engagement. Practice engaging in two-way conversations, actively listening to our spouses' and children's ideas and thoughts about their needs and desires. This is the foundation and nature of purposeful relationships that are valued, trusted, and respected by our biggest fans, our families. Weeks or months of deployments and field exercises pull the military leader away from his or her family. This is the space and place where the leader must make the time for family engagement. A leader's intentional investment of time for family strengthens the bonds of love by purposely moving into engagement, and not just involvement. This helps our families to know that no one, or nothing, is more valuable than they are. The Ethnos equation, in partnership with FM 722, specifically the mental and spiritual domains, in a combined arms fight, with the Big Four of the Big Red One, for holistic mental health and fitness when practiced, increases personal and organizational transformation, thereby increasing a unit's readiness. The partnership of these three pillars of transformation, when inculcated in daily unit activities, potentially become a part of our leadership heritage and legacy. When these three pillars of transformation are practiced, they potentially assist those that we lead to be more sound of mind and purpose, that makes us all better people and better leaders. This further helps to solidify the fact that if you want to be a great leader, you must first be a great person that inspires those that we lead to live and lead by higher standards. In conclusion, practicing the Ethnos leadership process has the potential of creating what we know as a ripple effect. When a stone is thrown into a pond or body of water, it reaches out in concentric circles, with its impact influencing north, south, east and west of its impact. In leadership, this means that the decisions, actions, and behaviors of a leader can have far-reaching impact and influence on their teams and organizations. Understanding the ripple effect underscores the importance and value of effective, influential leadership. The Ethnos leadership process, and its three components of purposeful relationships, authentic accountability, and our professional responsibility, assists today's leader to further balance their positions of leadership with the people that they lead, thereby creating additional influence, trust, and credibility, organizationally. By practicing purposeful relationships, leaders create a foundation of trust and mutual respect, enabling teams to collaborate effectively and achieve common goals. Authentic accountability ensures that leaders and team members hold themselves and each other to higher standards of integrity and performance, promoting a culture of transparency and continuous improvement, which is all connected to a leader's professional responsibility. In the beginning of this video, General Colin Powell shared a portion of his leadership philosophy. The first portion simply says, "Leadership is solving problems. Solving problems is what leaders do." The Ethnos leadership process of purposeful relationships, authentic accountability, which is our professional responsibility, assists leaders at every level to mitigate the mystery and tragedy of human behavior, conduct and actions. Practicing this model potentially increases the well-being and soundness of mind of every soldier that we have the privilege to lead, making our army better.